F1 is sure glad it's finishing this way. The fans are pretty ecstatic that it's finishing this way. Verstappen and Hamilton, they probably didn't want it to finish this way. Netflix can't believe it's finishing this way. And we here at GPFans, we're just sitting back and waiting for the fireworks to begin. Abu Dhabi on Sunday, the final race of the Formula 1 season. And Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, if you didn't know, would be a big one to miss, to be honest, are level on points at the top of the Drivers' World Championship standings. Now, there are a number of ways that this can all play out on Sunday, and these are the 5 main scenarios that we can think of that will decide the Drivers' World Championship. Now, before we go any further, hit the subscribe button down below as always to stay up to date with everything we do here at the channel, and get on to @GPFansGlobal on Twitter and Instagram as well for live updates and all the breaking news from the world of F1. But now let's talk about how the title can be won on Sunday in Abu Dhabi. Scenario 1. Verstappen finishes ahead of Hamilton. This is the simplest outcome. If Verstappen finishes ahead of Lewis Hamilton in any circumstance, the Red Bull driver will be the first Dutchman to take the World Championship. Very easy and simple as you like. Scenario 2. Hamilton finishes 8th or higher and ahead of Verstappen. Now, if Hamilton finishes 8th or higher with his rival behind him, the British driver will have done enough on points to take a record-breaking 8th Drivers' World Championship and go one ahead of Michael Schumacher, who sits on 7, adding to his incredible legacy in the sport and surely putting Lewis Hamilton up there as the greatest driver of all time. Scenario 3. Hamilton 9th, Verstappen 10th, but with the fastest lap. This is where things get a little spicy. Crucially, Verstappen has won 9 Grand Prix this season so far, one more than his rival Hamilton, who's won on 8 occasions. Therefore, if Hamilton picks up 2 points for finishing 9th, and Verstappen takes a point for 10th and a point for the fastest lap, the drivers will still be level in the championship standings on points. That would mean that the Red Bull racer would take the championship because of his advantage in races won this season. Now, it's an unlikely scenario, of course, but this is a season that's been full of unlikely and astonishing moments. Don't bet against something like this happening. Scenario 4, a Prost-Senna Incident. And astonishing moments would perhaps be how you describe this sort of scenario, but maybe not surprising, as the title could be decided due to a tangle between the top 2 on track. With Verstappen boasting more race victories, a collision between the 2 drivers akin to that of Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna's collision in Suzuka in 1990, where both racers came together and neither could resume the race, would hand the Dutchman the driver's title. It would be a sad but almost fitting way for such an intense and sometimes bitter rivalry this season to culminate in such an epic climax. Will we see such drama this time around come Sunday? Scenario 5. Verstappen and Hamilton no score. Pretty boring and very unlikely as it seems. There are always ways that 2 drivers could leave the final event of the season without scoring besides a collision. Mechanical issues, mistakes, qualifying problems, other drivers on track could all add into the potential pitfalls for the top 2 drivers in the Drivers' World Championship. Yes, these 2 have been streets ahead of the rest, sometimes literally on those street circuits, and the rest of the field has a lot of catching up to do when it comes to the raw power and pace that these 2 drivers can get out of their cars, but anything could happen. So we need to remind ourselves that there is a chance that both drivers could fail to score points, and if that happens, of course, Max Verstappen wins. For both drivers, though, the main goal will be to win the race. Do that, and you are the Drivers' World Champion. But which scenario do you think is most likely to take place in Abu Dhabi this Sunday? Let us know in the comments section down below. Do you really think we're going to end up finishing with a drivers' tussle coming together? As I say, it would seem fitting, wouldn't it, considering the season that we've had. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with everything that we do here at GPFans.